All right, let's get started. Today, we're going to do something pretty cool. We're going to have our very first conversation with Python. Now, I'm not talking about writing some big, complicated script. Nope. We're going to have a direct, live chat with the language itself using this awesome tool called the interpreter. You know that feeling, right? You open up the terminal, you see that blinking cursor on a black screen, and it just feels a little intimidating. We've all been there. But here's the thing, that's not a wall, it's a doorway. And by the end of this, that command line is going to be your direct line to Python, a place where you can play, experiment, and really start to learn. So, first things first, let's properly meet the Python interpreter. The best way to think about it, really, is like a live chat. See, there are two main ways to get Python to do things. You can write a whole list of instructions in a file and hand it over, or you can do what we're doing today, have a real-time back-and-forth conversation. And here they are, side by side. On the last, you've got interactive mode. That's our focus today. You type one thing, Python answers right away. It's fantastic for testing out little ideas or just exploring. On the right, you have script mode. That's when you have a whole program ready to go. Think of it like a live phone call versus sending a long, detailed email. Today, we're making that call. Okay, so you're ready to start talking? Awesome. The very first step is just launching the interpreter from your terminal. It's way easier than it sounds, but the exact command can be a little different depending on your computer. So depending on if you're on a Mac, Linux, or Windows, you'll probably type one of these commands and hit enter. Now don't worry if your version number isn't exactly 3.14, that's totally fine. The goal here is just to knock on Python's door and get its attention. And boom, if you see a message that looks something like this, you're in, you've done it. Now look closely. You'll see the version number, which is handy, but the most important part is right at the bottom, those three little arrows. That's the prompt. That is Python's way of saying, okay, I'm ready, what do you want me to do? Now, before we really dive in, let's do a quick check for a little superpower that's going to make your life so much easier. It's called command line editing. All that means is, can you use your arrow keys to move around and fix typos, just like you would in a normal text document? Trust me, you want this. Let's do this quick test together right now. At that double try prompt, just type any word. I'll use hello. Now don't hit enter. Instead, press the left arrow key on your keyboard. Did the cursor move back? If it did, fantastic. You have editing superpowers. If not, no big deal. It just means you'll have to rely on the good old backspace key to fix any mistakes for now. Okay, let's level up a little bit. We've been talking about this interactive chat, but what about when you run a full script file? How do you give that script some information before it even begins? You know, give it instructions right from the command line. I mean, really think about it. When you type something like python script.py data into your terminal, how on earth does the code inside that script.py file know about the word data? It feels a bit like magic, but the answer is actually pretty simple. Python sets up a special little inbox for every script it runs. And that inbox has a name, sys.rv. It's part of a built-in toolkit called the sys module, and all it is really is a list of strings. Every word you type on the command line after the Python command gets put into this list, all ready for your script to access and use.
So let's see how this actually works. Look at that first row. If you run python script.py data, the very first item in the list, which we call sys.argu0, is always the name of the script itself, script.py. The next item, the sys.argu1, is that extra word we added, data. This is exactly how a script can open a specific file you tell it to, or take in options. It's the bridge between your terminal command and your code.
All right, so you've started the interpreter, you've typed some commands, you've experimented a bit, now it's time to go. And just like in a real conversation, just closing the window is kind of like hanging up on someone without saying goodbye. There's a proper, cleaner way to end the chat. And you've basically got two easy options. The quickest is a keyboard shortcut. If you're on a Mac or Linux, you'll press Control-D. If you're on Windows, it's Control-Z. Your other option is to just type the command quit parentheses. Don't forget the parentheses and hit enter. Either way works perfectly. So why do we even care about a clean exit? Well, when you do it properly, you send a signal back to your computer's operating system. It's called a zero exit status, and that's the universal code for, hey, everything finished up just fine, no problems here. It's a small thing, but it's part of being a good, well-behaved program. And there you have it. You now know how to start a conversation with Python, how to check your editing superpowers, how to see the arguments passed to a script, and how to end the session gracefully. The door is wide open. So the only question left is, what are you going to ask Python to do first? Go on, give it a try.